Hi, beautiful afternoon to you and yours. How are you all doing this beautiful afternoon? My name is Makky, Makky, and you're welcome to today's episode on Hangout with Makky on your favorite Go Park TV. Now, let's make it clear. Go Park TV, you can follow us on YouTube right now. Okay, on YouTube is Go Park underscore TV, and of course on Facebook is Go Park TV. We are currently live. Okay, and today is actually going to be an amazing one because, yeah, I know you've seen our flyer somehow. We are talking about sport today, and I have a special person in the studio with me today. He's called the Wonder Kid. I mean, someone who wants to do something amazing, something different. You know, I saw some of his posts on Facebook. Yeah, I saw some of his posts. And then I saw another person, a younger person, telling him that you inspire me a lot. I've been following you and you make me want to love football. If you listen to him, you would just love football effortlessly. And of course, that sport. I'm talking about Chidi Emmanuel. Chidi Emmanuel is a football, or rather sport analyst, sport presenter, and of course you can even call him a commentator. Hi Chidi, how are you doing?
I'm good, and you?
I'm very well. Okay, so how is the weather treating you today?
Well, we thank God for everything.
Okay, so Chidi, we want to formally meet you. So tell us about Chidi. Who is Chidi? Yeah, introduce yourself. Yeah.
Well, first of all, my name is Amako Chidebere Emmanuel. I'm 14 years of age. Yes, I'm still in SS1, but entering into SS2 class now, senior secondary school. And yes, I'm from Abia State, as well, Ikuano local government area to be precise. I live in Enugu State, born, brought up right here in Enugu State as well. And yes, I've been one person who God has really blessed. I mean, if you look at everything, I'm just one special person God is using. Yes, just to say.
And that was why I called you the Wonder Kid, because yeah, that's amazing. Okay, so go ahead.
Yeah, and well, I don't want to flabbergast myself. I'm not that much of a big personality like that. I'm just someone that's very simple. Yes, and that's just it.
Okay, well, I like this part of you that you don't want to. Okay, because a whole lot of persons have listened to you. You didn't tell us you were a radio presenter.
Yeah, of course. I'm a journalist as well. I'm a sports journalist, which if I tell some persons, they'll be surprised. I'll be like, really?
This young man.
Yes, I'm a sports journalist, yes, and also a radio presenter. I talk sports, everything concerning sports, and as you rightly pointed out as well, I'm into doing football commentaries, live football matches commentary. And yes, I'm someone that so much deeply love football and everything concerning sports.
Oh wow. Okay, so this is going to be very interesting. So Chidi, let's talk about your journey into football. You just said that you're still in secondary school. I mean, you just finished you finished SS1. So you're entering SS2. So when did you start football? I mean, commenting, presenting, and analyzing. When did this idea of going into football, was it more like you started loving it, or somebody talked you into it, or your parents maybe somehow told you, okay, I want you to do this is what I want to do? So how did this all come about? So take us through your journey.
Not at all. Neither was it my parents' decision, neither was it my friend's decision or anybody around me. And yes, I've been, as I already pointed out at the beginning, I'm someone who God has somewhat really blessed. And yes, sports journalism, I never thought I was going to find myself into probably one day talking sports or talking football or something. I don't. And yes, I'm someone that love football right from childhood. I love football so much, but entering into the talking part of football, yes, there's loving football and there's also the talking part of football, which is the journalism part now, where you talk football, you analyze football, you break down football to the basis where someone out there can understand and also comprehend what you're trying to say and also share updates. Yeah, really, I never thought I was going to find myself in anything called the that's why I love football. Quite right, I love football, and yes, but though it was peradventure through a chance, I love football at first, and the way I found myself into this journalism of a thing is yes, as I really pointed out in the beginning, I'm a radio presenter. My father is one person who loves to listen to radio. Yes, and I'm not someone that really likes to listen to radio because of the influences around me. They'll tell you, if you are listening to radio, you are an old man and all of that. Yes, it do happen where you see people will tell you that you are an old man when you listen to radio. So my father was someone who likes to listen to radio, and yes, and there's this he loves listening to sports programs as well because he's also a fan of football. He loves the Super Eagles of Nigeria and the rest. And yes, most times this particular person that likes to do this sports program, I just probably, maybe if I'm preparing for school, I'll just be listening, but I won't put more attention into it. But I don't know, at the time I just found myself being addicted. I just loved the voice of the person who was talking the football and everything. And yes, I love to follow the person because I love football and everything concerning football as well. So, and most times I'll see myself maybe probably going to watch football and they'll be like, you should go home and go and do something, go home and go and watch plays, go and do this. So I started following the man. Little by little, I began addicted to listening to the man, yes, who is also a sports presenter. So I followed him on social media. Yes, everywhere. I used to follow him even on radio and listen to his programs. Then eventually, somehow, he now opened an audition where if you are interested or you want to do, maybe probably venture into sports journalism to talk sports as well, we have the open check to. I mean, it was just somewhat as if they planned it. And at the time, I didn't even tell my parents, did I tell anybody? I just ignited my interest and I said, yes, I'm interested. The man said, okay, what is going to happen is that you send an audio voice or an audio record where you are talking sports. So I sent it to him, and after listening to it, and he said, okay, I'm really impressed with what you did. Seriously, I didn't know how I did that, but it was miraculous how I did it. And he said, yes, I'm impressed with you. You'll come over to my radio station and come and meet my manager, and as well I'll get to meet with you. And yes, I went, met the manager, and I met the man himself, and the man said, okay, what will happen is you are going to go and meet my station manager. Then I went to the man with my father as well, and yes, I met the man and told the man I wanted to, be part of talking football on radio. And the man was like, what did you say? I said, yes, and the man said, no, that he's not going to accept me in this place. I was like, even my father as well, we are up leading that day. He was now like broadcasting anything. Talking on air is not meant for small children. Yes, that this place is not something where small children come to do all this and that, and that he's so sorry that, unfortunately, that he cannot take me. So after much deliberations, after much arguments, my father was also arguing, trying to prove a point. The man said, okay, what do you want to study? I told him law. He said, you see, that law and mass communication has nothing to do with each other. And my father argued that and said that, yeah, definitely, if you look at the way things are going now, it's not what you were thinking in mind you were going to study. At a time, there's a particular stage you reach and you might decide to think twice on this decision I made. Do I really want to study law with the way everything is going? So that was the point my father made that day. And after much dragging, deliberations, this, that, and the man said, okay, what will happen is that I'll place you under an ultimatum, and the man said he's going to be watching me, but he told me that I will be coming only during weekends. That was when he told me. So that was how I started. And being someone who God has blessed with talents, vocally, cognitive wise, and yes, I was able to harness it, and also with the help of the man as well, who brought me up, gave me tips, and yes, I never studied mass communication for once. I'm not even in the university. I never studied mass communication or anything called journalism. But the way I'm going so far into sports journalism and everything concerning mass communication, and yes, the man brought me up, and from there, I took off, and each day by day, I continue to improve, continue to get better. And yes, I thank God for where I found myself so far. And yes, indeed, I never expected to probably see myself here, but it was just God that did it.
You know, let's just say that I have listened to you over time. That I've listened to you on radio. I've also watched you. Yeah, because we are in the same place. You understand?
Definitely.
So, yes. So I listened to you, and I watched the very first day he came into the studio. I asked somebody, I said, is there something going on, maybe like excursion or something that kids are coming for? And the sports person said, wait until you listen, or wait until you hear him speak. And when I heard you, I marveled. At some point I was like, really? So someone could actually do this at this very young age. Okay, so that's a beautiful one. Yeah, I have a lot of questions I'm going to ask you. But first of all, let's talk about your encounter with Okulo Randibo. You know, somehow, even the scripture says that the gift of a man make it way, okay, for him. So was it the gift, or maybe something else brought the both of you together? Because I'm sure you met him and you guys had a very close discussion. I'm sure he was as astonished as I was the very moment I saw you.
Exactly.
So yeah, what was the encounter all about? Was it sport or maybe something else?
Definitely it was sports. If you know Okulora, Mr. Emmanuel Oyeka Oku, he's someone that loves football a lot. He's someone that loves Enugu Rangers. He loves Enugu Rangers so much, and he wants to participate in anything concerning Enugu Rangers. I mean, you saw what happened in Okpara Square. Even you've seen some other flashes as well where they tell you, yes, it's Okulora that did this. And yes, it was due to Rangers as well, because I think there was an event hosted by Rangers. So I went there to just cover the event as usual. And yes, as I went there, of course, Okulora will be there, because anything concerning Enugu Rangers, he wants to be there. So he was there. When he was being questioned, there was a time when he came for the interview part. So as well, I stepped up to go and interview him as well. And because some other journalists, media men, media women as well were there to interview him, to ask him one or two questions about his commitment, his dedication so far in Enugu Rangers. So I went there, and some other media men that was there, they asked their questions. Some 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 persons asked questions. So at first, I know him very well. I followed him. In fact, if you are someone on social media, you should have known this man called Okulora. He's trending now. And yes, I followed him, and I hoped that one day I would have suddenly met him. And yes, that was the first day I met him. And I had to put up a courageous attitude. And at first, I had a question to ask him, but I didn't have the courage, to put that question towards him, because some other persons were there, and the man Okulora is a big personality as well. So I had to muster courage, and I said, okay, I was going to ask him this question. And I asked him a question. What is this inspiration towards committing yourself and dedicating yourself towards Enugu Rangers? That was the question I asked him. And the man, after answering the questions, was like, after the interview, he was like, I like that boy. I was like, wow. He said, I like that boy. He said, okay. He said, who is he? Some other persons who knew me around there told him about him. He said, okay, I'll give this boy a cash prize. And that was how Okulora dashed me a huge cash prize for someone of my age. Someone of my age to get that huge amount of money. I mean, it's hefty. And yes, that was Okulora said, okay, I love the boy. He sent me some cash prize, and he also promised me some certain things as well. And yes, that was how we got close. We snapped pictures, and the man said, yes, he's really impressed with, because if you know Okulora is someone that likes something good. He's someone that wants to empower people, youth, everything that is good. He wants to get involved in it. He wants to empower a good governance. He wants to make the society better. And yes, he was really impressed with what I did, someone of my age to be doing that kind of a thing. And he was like, kudos to you. And he promised that he was going to support me in any way possible. And that was how I and Okulora met. And yes, when I go out for events concerning Enugu Rangers and I meet Okulora will be very much happy to see me. And it's football. Yes, it's football. And there's nothing else that, yes, it's just mainly football between I and Okulora.
Okay, so let's talk about, now we're talking about Chidi as a radio presenter, a sports presenter, commentator, and football analyst. Do you see yourself anywhere, anyhow, playing football in future? Is it all about loving to speak about it, loving to talk football, or do you have, maybe if you're given the opportunity to play football, would you want to venture into it? Because now you while you were saying something, you said you would love to study law.
Yeah.
So you're not even coming close to our you're not even coming close to journalism. You're not even coming anywhere close to it. You understand? Not mass communication. You don't want to do journalism. You don't want to do. Now you want to go into law. Do you think the two of them are going to sink? Is there going to be, a lawyer talking football or a lawyer commenting, a lawyer being an analyst? How do you see that?
Well, I'll answer the first question before I come to that one. Yes, if you talk about football, I'm someone that love football a whole lot. And as I already pointed out, I love football. Everything concerning football, both the playing part and the talking part. As well, before I probably somehow ventured into the talking part, I love to play football as well. Playing football in the streets, playing football with friends, competitiveness and everything. Yes, I would like to play football as well, not only talking football. I love to play football. In fact, I can play. And yes, I play and I talk. So the two of them joined together that's football. Yeah. And the other part where you said law and journalism, at first instance or at initial, what I have in mind to study is law. That's the honest truth. And I never ever thought in mind that I was going to find myself into doing mass communication or anything concerning journalism and it was miraculous me seeing myself venturing into it. And yes, my father argued when he was speaking with the station manager. I said that the way we found things going now, the way the society is revolving, you might think of doing this at a time there might be a twist somewhere and you have to, maybe probably change. Yes. Mass communication, some persons can see it as a skill where you talk sports. Yes, I want to venture into doing law, and also I love to talk football now. And the way to balance it now is, it's going to be, yes, it might sound very hard. You want to do law, you love mass communication, and you are trying to balance it. Exactly. So it's going to be really, really. But I trust God that it's all about what God wants me to do now. It's not all about what I want to do now. If God says it's law, I'm going for law. Yes, that's what is in my mind, to go for law. But if God says mass communication is the way, there's no problem. I'm nobody to argue with God. So yes, balancing it is not going to be a problem. It's up to God. And yes, as I gradually grow, gradually progress and move further in life as well, then certainly there will be one way or the other where I could make the decision on whether law or mass communication. But for me, I want to study law, but I love mass communication.
You want to study law and you love mass communication.
It also involves talking as well. Law, talking, and mass communication. But in this part, you talk law.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything concerning law. But on the other part, you talk football.
This time, so you're saying, yes, my Lord, I do, my Lord. But this other one, you sit one place and then you're analyzing and you're talking about football. Okay, so let's move to, how do you see football in Nigeria? I spoke with someone who was in the Super Eagle before now, a very good player in Super Eagle before now, and he was like, football in Nigeria currently is not impressive. It's not impressing me anymore. I am not impressed because the way they are doing things, the government are not helping matters and all that. But looking at what Okulora is currently doing in Enugu, because before now, people like me for not even know Rangers. Yes.
Likewise myself.
Do you understand?
Likewise
so
myself.
If not for the fact that Okulora came in and started pushing it, at least the very first time I went there, I didn't see space. I mean, there was no space. That place before now, if you go there, everybody will just be 1-1, just the people playing football and then a few other persons. So, do you think football is coming back to life in Nigeria before we come to Enugu? What do you think about football in Nigeria? And okay, I'm going to ask you more questions, but first, let's take this very one.
Well, if you talk about football, Nigeria is known for football. Check in the past, in the 90s, you see the likes of J.J. Okocha, you see the likes of Mikel Obi, you see the likes of Kano Nwankwo Papilo. Yes, Nigeria, we are known for football and everything. You can check the past glories, the way we do our things. We are 3 times African champions. We contend. When you talk about Africa as a whole, Nigeria is a powerhouse when it comes to football. You cannot talk about football in Africa without talking about Nigeria as a whole. But yeah, if you check the way things have been going in terms of administration, in terms of management, that's one thing I feel Nigeria is really, really struggling with: management and proper supervision in terms of the men in the glass house now. Yeah, we all enjoy watching football. I know, though I was not born then, but with the little stories I've heard, I know people enjoy watching J.J. Okocha them. People enjoy watching Kano Nwankwo. People enjoy watching Mikel Obi them. They like to watch Finidi George them. They like Taribo West. You want to watch them. Rashidi Yekini. You want to watch them because there's this joy. Nigerian playing for Nigeria, putting on the jersey, having the badge to play for Nigeria. There's this big pride, this ego it comes with, this joy it comes with. But unfortunately now, I won't say football is coming. Football is already in Nigeria, but it's now left for the leaders what to do. If you check, the world is advancing every day. Everything, it's not the way it is before. They will tell you, in primary school, they will say Obi is a boy. But when you move into secondary school, Obi is no longer a boy. Obi is now a man. That's the thing. So football is revolving, football is changing as well, and that is what we expect from both the football administrators in Nigeria as well, to adapt to this. You check the likes of Spain, you check the likes of England, you see the way they do things, and that is what we want. I won't say yes, totally. If you look at the way things are going, the Super Eagles of Nigeria, the rest, I won't say football is back yet. We are not yet there. Reason why? Because administrators, we expect more from them. Yes, definitely, they are really, really trying, but we expect more from them. We have not reached that set standard. Nigeria is known for a standard, a very high standard when it comes to football. But in the latter stages now, if you check currently now, the standard of Nigerian football is beginning to depreciate. Why? Because the proper management, there's no proper management. Things are not going well the way it's meant to be, and it's up to the leaders. It's up to the administrators. And yes, we definitely want to see football back. We want to enjoy this glory of football. We want to watch. We want to see that J.J. Okocha, that beautiful moment he will score. We want to see that happen in Nigeria, and not only in the Super Eagles of Nigeria, but also in the grassroots level. Now, when you talk about the Nigerian Premier Football League, now you look at the NPFL, which Enugu Rangers won few weeks ago. Yes, that's another thing. We want to see things. You look at the likes of the EPL. Why do you think on Saturdays you see men seated down probably on a beer parlor or somewhere around their house at the comfort of their home or any zone at all? You see them watching football, watching EPL, watching Spanish La Liga. You see people bantering themselves, shouting on top of their voices, even though they are not being paid for it. Why do you ask that question? Why do you see something like, you see people shouting, bantering, doing all sort of things, even to the extent of fighting because there's a rivalry? Why is this so? Because they love the beauty of football, and that is what we want to see in the Nigerian Premier. We are not there yet, but I know that gradually, it's a process, and we know we are going to be there, but we expect more from our administrators. We expect more from the management. We expect more from Nigerians. We expect more from stakeholders, football stakeholders in Nigeria, we expect more from the governors, we expect more from top men and top women in the state, we expect more from the men in the glass house, the president, everybody. We expect more from them to take our football to that standard Nigerian football is known for.
Okay, this is seriously, you can see the way I'm looking at you. Like, sometimes when you speak, I was telling somebody, I said, sometimes when I listen to Chidi talk, you would think it's an older man, like an older man. You know, somebody, there's this thing they'll say, our papa don't come back. You know, he's an old man that is speaking. Your confidence, the way you speak, the way you do things and all. Sometimes I wonder if it's still the same child of 14 that is speaking, or is an adult. Okay, so let's look at this. I told you I'm going to ask you another question, but let us talk about the football. You said a lot of things in that aspect of what football should be in Nigeria. We are currently going down. Something happened during the Super Eagle. No, was it Super Eagle or I think Nations Cup or something?
Yeah.
Yes, Nations Cup. Yes, I know I'm not sport like, but I'm trying. Yeah, because I love football too. I love to watch football. So during that time, a lot of persons left their home just because they love football, like you said. Why some persons said things like Nigeria is not doing well, so we are not enjoying football the way we should. Other persons were blaming the players, that some of them, they should go and study the likes of JJ Okocha, the people you just mentioned, because they are now coming there to do fine boys. You understand? Nobody wants to play. They're no longer training and all that. Do you think that's the case? Because yes, they didn't carry the football, but they got to. And I think they carried second or something this past one.
Yeah.
So for somebody to get to that place, that means the person actually worked hard. You understand? People also criticize. Of course, you see that people will criticize some things like that. So do you think maybe is the fault of the government or individual or the players? Maybe they are not doing what they are supposed to do at that particular time. What do you think?
Well, this is not the moment to begin to count faults. Who is at fault? If it's the government, or if it's the players, or if it's the coaches, or if everyone is responsible. The players are responsible. The government is responsible. The coaches are also responsible. So we won't shift the blame. One side I will probably say it's the government. No, we won't say that. Or we'll say it's the players. No, or we'll say it's the coaches. No, everybody has his or her own share of responsibilities. But you check on the part of, yes, the Nigeria, as I already pointed out, have not reached that standard we want to say it reach. And yeah, the players really tried. They fought hard worked hard, both the coaching part, the technical crew, they worked hard to make it to that point. But you have to check, prior to that competition, some of the players were owed. That is one. Then before eventually the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu came out and cleared the debts. I think about 12 billion naira he gave to clear out the debts of both the players, the coaches, everyone that has been owed prior to that competition. And yes, everything lies and falls on leadership. And we are looking forward to our leaders. Yes, we won't count the blames on if it's the government, because yes, the president cleared out the debts so that in order to make sure that you won't say, because of course you won't want to work without being paid.
Exactly.
You work to be paid, and that's what gives you the energy. That's what you probably used to get bottled water to drink and energize yourself to move forward. And yes, the president did that to clear the debt in order to at least make the players happy moving into that competition. And coming back from that, yes, the president as well hosted the players. He hosted the players. I think he gave them some awards, some national award, gave them a plot of land. I think gave them some other cash prizes as well. So I feel what really happened was luck was not on our part. That's the thing. Luck was not on our part. You check the final. I watched the final as well. I feel luck was not on our part. Left for the players, left for the coaches, left for the government. They really tried. Yes, the president coming out to clear the debts and as well. The players as well really tried. So I feel it was just all about luck. We won't come here to, but yes, as I really pointed out, we still expect more from our leaders. We still expect more from our football administrators. We still expect more from the NFF president. We still expect more from football stakeholders in Nigeria. But you talk about that game, I feel luck was not on our part that day.
Okay. Like I said, our questions are going to be a bit brief, but someone made a comment because you're a football journalist, or sport journalist. So somebody said something that before you go into, I told the person, I said, you play very well. Maybe you should start looking into football proper. Maybe you're going to say, no, they do and by who know who. So does that mean one cannot be talented anymore? Like if you know how to play and you don't have anybody, you can't go into the football. Is it what it's now turning into?
If you check it seems that's what it's turning into now. Because yes, if you check these big names we have in football now, these are players that came from grassroots levels, playing from the streets, and probably you see someone that'll pick them up and say, I'm going to train you, and next thing they've traveled abroad or outside the country. The likes of Ronaldo, the likes of Messi, you see them grassroots, started from playing in the streets, playing on the roads and as well. So yes, it's turning into that. You check powerhouse. We want to get talents, but the ones we have now, we don't want to harness them. Yes, that's the thing. We have abundance of talent, but harnessing them is a problem. That is what I feel. Yes, there are a lot of footballers out there, young people, young men, young boys, young girls that can play football, but because maybe they don't have the contacts, or maybe they don't have the financial power, and that is not what it's meant to be. You check countries like England, you check countries like big countries, Spain, Italy, France as well. These are players, these are countries where you see they go to pick these young boys who are talented. You put them into academies, you train them, you harness the talent out of them, and you see it to become valuable for them in the future. You check someone like Kylian Mbappe, who is arguably one of the best players now in the world. Kylian Mbappe is from Cameroon.
Yeah.
But he plays for France.
Exactly.
Why is that so? Because probably France picked him up and gave him the support he needed and harnessed his talents very well, because they saw something in that boy called Kylian Mbappe. And that suddenly, will you think Kylian Mbappe will come to play for Cameroon? No, he won't. He won't even think of playing for. And you check some other players as well we have. They won't want to come and play. Look at the likes of Bukayo Saka, who plays for Arsenal. Some other players as well who have double citizenship, maybe probably from British and from Nigeria. They won't want to play for Nigeria. Why? Because their talent was wasting out in the street and absolutely nothing was done about it. So probably if a country like England comes and pick this boy and say, okay, I'm going to train you, and he picks him up and trains him and harness the talent out of him, and he becomes at his best. Even I myself, I won't even think twice of coming back, because you won't eat where you did not sow. You have to sow. Then you nurture it, it grows up, you harvest and you eat. You don't just sow, you don't just leave it and you expect at the end of the day you want to harvest. It's not done anywhere. So I feel that's where it's going to now. It's not meant to be so. We're meant to have football academies, both for the privileged, both for the non-privileged, those who can play football. It should be an open thing. Those who can play football, come and show us that you can do this, and we'll pick you up and we train you, and you become the best thing in the world. And tomorrow they'll ask, where is that boy from? And they'll say it's from Nigeria. And they'll say, beautiful, it's from Nigeria. You see people, these are the way things are done. Yes, big players in Europe. There are some other players as well who are probably from Nigeria, but because of they didn't get the support they needed, they just would I say they abandoned Nigeria and chose other countries who chose them. So that's the thing. We want to come to that situation, that scenario where you pick out players from the streets. They are beautiful players. They are players who can play. That's if they get football here, they will deal with football. They'll finish football. These are the next Ronaldo, the next Messi. But the problem is, who will train them? Yeah. Who will support them? Who will give them the financial support? Who would assist them? Their parents might not be financially stable to probably register them into academy, buy boots for them, buy jerseys for them. And this is where not only the government, but also private the private
Sectors.
sectors as well comes into place. There are some private academies we have in Nigeria where you can just go into the streets, pick one or two players, harness them, and they become the next thing in the world. So it's becoming that, but we don't want to see that happen.
That's the point, because you made mention of Mbappe, and I read something about Mbappe too. Okay, I think that was the day before yesterday. Like I said, I'm a lover of football. I might not be a commentator or a presenter, football presenter. I'm a presenter in other. Okay, so now he said that he wanted to play for Cameroon. Like, he wanted to play, but they didn't give him the support needed. In fact, he went to someone and the person told him that he's not good enough and that his family cannot afford whatever. So I'm trying to quote what he said. So he said a particular man, because he was celebrating the man, it was where he was celebrating the man that he made those comments. He now said that the man picks him up. The man is from France. So the man picked him up and gave him he calls the man daddy and gave him all the things needed. Now, I strongly believe that if we can go into the street and pick people, like he said, that is gradually coming into that, because the person told me with confidence, he said it's not like I can't play football or I can't go places, but I don't have anybody to support. And that is where we are getting it wrong, and we need people, like you said, private sectors, the government, to do stuff like that. And I think our commissioner, this recent commissioner, this commissioner now, and I'm talking about
Honorable Lloyd.
Yes,
Okay,
talking about Honorable Lloyd. I think he's trying to bring out something like that, because he has been organizing Bologbe. And Bologbe means bringing people in the hood.
Yeah.
You know, trying to get the best from that. So, okay, so now we have spoken about Nigeria, the world. Now let's come to Enugu. This is where we are.
Exactly.
So what can you say about football in Enugu currently? Would you say that is doing where it's going somewhere, or maybe it's still where it is? I just only move by mouth.
Well, if you check football, I must give kudos to this present administration led by Barrister Peter Dubisimba. They've really put in conscious efforts to develop football, because not only football, sports is something that is very, very important as well in the society. Yeah, if no doubt about that. The past administration, they are putting little or no efforts in terms of bringing up football. I mean, you check Enugu Rangers back to the Nnamdi Azikiwe Stadium. We enjoy football now. I mean, if you were in the stadium in the last couple of matches Enugu Rangers played, you will find out that you will stand up while just coming into the stadium, because a lot of persons want to watch Enugu Rangers play. This was not something that was probably done in a day. This was something that took processes. And yes, big kudos to this present administration, Barrister Peter Ndubisimba, and also the sports commissioner as well, Honorable Barrister Lloyd Ekweremadu, and also the general manager of Enugu Rangers as well, Barrister Mobi Ezako. These are men that have come together to, bring in initiative. They've put in conscious efforts. That is the thing we struggle with in Nigeria, most especially. We don't put in conscious effort. It's when we begin to shout, hey, why do you do this and that and that? That's when you see them, they begin to do. When there's pressure everywhere, everybody's shouting, everybody's complaining, everybody's lamenting. And you see them, they want to come and start and all of that. But no, they have put in this initiative. And you check the man, Amobi Ezako, someone who flew in from outside the country. And he's someone who studied football management as well. The highest level, which is FIFA as well. He has brought in those ideas. He has brought in those initiatives. Yes, Enugu Rangers is not there yet. We want to see, if it's a Okulora, I'll tell you, we want to see Enugu Rangers with the likes of Al Ali, the likes of Esperance of Tunis, or the likes of Mamelodi Sundowns. Yes, that's where we want to see Enugu Rangers. It's just 1 year so far. Check the administration of Honorable Lloyd Ekweremadu and as well the GM. It's just 1 year, and in this 1 year they've been able to restore a whole lot, bring back joy into Nigerian football, into Enugu State football now. And yes, it's really, really commended. We are not there yet, but I believe it's a gradual process. Even life as well is a gradual process. I believe it's a gradual process. The way this administration, they have vision, they have hunger to develop football, both the grassroots level and as well Enugu Rangers. You can see the way things are going very well because of the administrative part. You see, Enugu Rangers won the trophy. Yes, that's the beautiful thing about it, because they have the support. They are putting in the initiative, they are putting in the ideas, they are putting in everything possible in order to push this football. Arguably, Enugu Rangers is one of the best clubs now. If you talk about Nigerian Premier Football League, if you check, they are arguably one of the best clubs so far. Why? Because their initiatives, they are putting in to make things better. We are not there yet. Enugu State football is not yet there yet. Enugu Rangers is not there yet. But I know it's a gradual process from time to time, and as well, I believe that Enugu Rangers will be there. But it needs time.
Okay, so I think this is the time we need to tell you to just check us up on YouTube or on Facebook. Of course, on YouTube is gopark_TV, and on Facebook is gopark TV. We're currently live, and I have the person of Mr. or Master Chidi, the Wonder Kid, talking about football. You see how he's been analyzing the whole thing and making. I'm just. There's this English that somebody will say I'm flabbergasted at this point. I've just been looking with my mind wide open, and of course we see a lot of you watching live. Yes, we see all of you, and of course what we want you to do for us is just to drop your location, tell us where you're watching us from, and if you have any particular reason or any particular question you want to ask Chidi, he is very, very, very ready to answer all your questions this afternoon. We're talking about football. Don't ask me later. Ask the person that is in the studio, because he is here now to attend to your question. Okay, so Chidi, let's talk about prep. How do you prepare for your program? When you do your program on air, when you go on air, how do you do your program? And can you drop maybe 1 or 2 lines how you do it when it comes to commenting or commentating, if something like that? So how do you really do it? Do you prepare ahead of time? Or is just something, is it something you write somewhere? Let's just even start from there. Do you write your stuff? Like sometimes you come and I hear you when you say it like France and Nigeria, they are doing that. Do you write those things down or just dishing it out from your head? How?
In life, everything requires preparation. Even if you are going somewhere, you need to prepare.
Exactly.
Even if you are going to cook in the kitchen, you need to prepare. Before anything in life requires preparation. And there's this saying that will always tell you that when you fail to prepare, you prepare to fail. And that is the thing. In life, everything requires preparation. Yes, I do prepare. I have several ways I prepare for programs, listening to sports programs as well. Maybe my program might be during the weekend. I'll listen to football programs that will go down through that weekend from Monday reaching Friday. Listen to football programs on radio, on television, even on social media as well. Check football stories as well, the trending football stories, football happenings as well, and as well read newspapers as well. Yes, I read newspapers as well in order for me to prepare. And yes, when I get all this, I pick them one by one and put them together, and I use it to go and dish out in my program. Yes, I prepare, definitely I prepare a lot, but I don't write something down. I just listen to other sports presenters analyze, talk about football, present their football, do their radio programming and the radio program presentation, listen to sports analysts, watch football podcasts, follow top football social medias as well. Yes, listen to 1 or 2 things concerning football, read newspapers, make researches about trending happenings and some other things. Yes, those are the way I prepare, and when I go out there, I feel confident. Yes, that's did. I really prepared, and I'll dish out what. So yes, I do prepare a whole lot. I prepare a whole lot.
So have you, for once, maybe a live match could be between Bologbe, then you're now the one to do the commentation job or commentator job. Have you done that before?
Yes,
So
definitely.
can you drop maybe 1 or 2 lines on how it's done?
Yes, I do, but yes, I do. Even in the village as well, I will go and they will be like, there's a match maybe between this village and this village that we're going on, and they'll be like, okay, come and commentate. And I will take the mic and yes, begin to.
So this is the mic. Chidi, you have the mic, and
But I don't have the football. I don't have the
Yeah,
football.
now call everybody name. Yeah, should I tell you their names? Excuse me. Maybe we start from the crew members, so you can just start calling people's name and how it's done. We just want to know how it's done. You know.
Well, he's not. There's no special way it's done. Commentary is done. Yes, and of course it requires football, and yes, it's also a moment of suspense, a moment of excitement, a moment of cheers and tears, and yes, and commentary. I don't know how I would really want to do this.
A lot of people do it. You see some people say that Jojo Kocha is not the one going down. He was carrying the ball. Then you know, he said go. You know all those stuff. So this is what we want you to do for us. You know, because we've been watching you, we've been listening. So today we are with you. We want you to perform the magic for us.
All right, if you insist, I will do that.
Yeah, I
okay, which match will I use now? Any match?
I think there is a match coming up. I think between Man U and Chelsea, or you can even use Enyimba, the one that just passed Enyimba and Rangers.
Okay, let me start. A very good evening to you, and welcome to the live commentary right here on your number one non-touchdown Gold Pad TV. Yes, right here, and I'm your match day live commentator, and of course a whole lot will be going down today, where it will be Gold Pad TV against Enugu Rangers, and yes, we'll give you the formation where it is going down. It's going to be a 4-3-3 formation. And yes, we have the goalkeeper as well. We have the 4-man defense, and we have the midfielders and as well the attackers. And leading the line for Go Part TV is Makky, who is the top 9 in front of there, who will also be looking forward to banging in some goals. And as well, look at the part of Enugu Rangers, where they have as well their own formation set in place for them. And quickly now, let's move into the match properly, where it is set now. And yes, I am your match day commentator, and my name is Chidi, and of course the referee in charge of this game as well, Anthony Taylor. And yes, this game is going down live. Just quickly now, let's move into the game. And yes, Go Part TV now moving with the ball. It tries turn around. Makky now with the ball, now trying to find the space. Now Makky creates the chance, and oh my goodness, that would have been the opportunity. That would have been the opportunity for Makky. Oh my goodness, what was she thinking? What was she thinking? What a glorious opportunity missed by Makky there. And that one is really, really not interesting. And Go Part once again moving forward. Makky now moving with the ball. Makky drips past 1, past 2, past 3. Trying to find the space. She plays the shot and is saved by the goalkeeper. Rebound. Oh my goodness. What an opportunity. What an opportunity for Makky. And she misses again. And the referee and the manager, the head coach is also lamenting and saying, Makky, what is wrong with you? You need to score those goals. You need to score those goals. And Go back once again. Hey, Enugu Rangers now trying to find the ball. Kasimo Goleye. And oh my goodness, that would have been the opportunity, and that one has been saved beautifully well. Now, quick counter attack thrown by Go Part TV. Makky once again drops it down for the left. He's trying to find the base. He drifts back. Makky once again has the goalkeeper 1-on-1, and oh my goodness, it's a goal! And yes, he has done it. Finally, after a couple of chances missed, Makky has finally scored.
Yeah, I scored.
Yes, eyes in the face. Eyes in the face for Makky. She has finally scored. What a shot! What a driving shot there for Makky.
Oh my God, I am super. Wow. Okay, in fact, I don't miss. It's not too much. I don't miss them. I score all of them. Oh my God, this is beautiful. I mean, very beautiful. You dey breathe at all. I'm trying to understand. You should say they breathe.
I know I breathe as well.
You just be Makky carry the. I know say I'm a fast talker, and they talk very fast. But hey, man, this is amazing, and I am enjoying every bit and every bit of it. That's
Thank you very
so
much.
so amazing. Having been, let's just say you have not even gone into the football proper. What I mean is studying mass communication and maybe journalism and all that, and you're doing this good. Then if you happen to do that, that means the sky would just be a stepping stone for you. I swear, it will just be a stepping stone for you, and I appreciate everything that's going on around you in the sport. Okay, so let's bring it down, because yes, we are coming towards the end of the show today. But first of all, let's talk about other people. There are a lot of persons following you. People are watching you. People are following you. When I posted the fly before now, somebody commented and said Chidi the Wonder Boy, and he's doing amazingly well. So I believe there are people who watches. I saw a young boy who said he had been following you from Spring of Life.
Yeah.
I
saw
said
that.
I've been following you from Spring of Life, and you have inspired me a lot, and I would like to meet you in person. So to these people, your followers, your fans, what is your advice to them? What are you going to advise them? Because there are a lot of persons that wanted to play football, or they want to play football, but their parents wouldn't allow them to.
Yeah.
They will tell them, I don't want you to go into football. Do you understand? So in that aspect, have you ever had any challenge so far venturing into this? Like I said, was there a time you wanted to do it and maybe your parent stopped you? You know, I was very excited when I told you that you will be coming, and your dad said, I will bring him. Whoa. I was like, this is beautiful. So this simply means that the father is fully in support, and your dad had to even come to studio with you. You understand? He's fully in support of what you're doing. There are other kids who wants to do this, but their parents don't want it. Maybe because football, when you go there, they will now start fighting you. They will now do this one. The village people will be after you, and all the other people will be. So what's your advice to the parent and to the kids, the people that want to come into football, and then to your fans?
Yeah, I have a whole lot of messages for them, and yes, my followers, my fans as well, who love football, who want to venture into football. Yes, it's with time, and it's not because of I'm doing football. That's why you might probably want to venture into football. Yeah, it might not really work for some persons, but some persons it might work for them. So it's just all about time as well. And yes, you need to discover your talent. Yes, if you have talent of playing football, yes, you can take a step further. That's the reason why I like my parents so much. That's the reason why I like my parents so much. They always support me. Whenever they see this particular thing I want to do, it's very good, and they'll be like, they will always support me in everything I want to do. Not on the negative part now.
Exactly.
Or speaking on the positive part now. There are some things you do and they'll tell you, no, see this one, it will lead you to this part that might not be good. But yes, I do get my parents' support in everything. They always give me the green lights when it concerns something that is very, very good. And yes, they'll tell me, we are fully in support. They won't never for once tell me, oh boy, will you sit down? What and this, that. Yes, they always support. Even when I ventured into that, my parents never knew I had to take this decision to venture into sport journalism. But when I told them, they were like, okay, no problem. Let's give you a try there. And so the same is applicable to other parents as well watching right there. Support your child. I find out that particular thing your child can do. It might not be necessarily football. Might not be necessarily playing football or talking football. It might be some other thing, cooking, singing, anything. Find that thing that you know that this child can do. You capitalize on it and try to harness it. Give the child the growing ground, and you see in the next couple of years you see that child flying. And that's the thing. Parents should learn to give support to their children, most especially when it comes to their talents, what they are very good at. Give them your best support ever, and you see that child going places. And that's the reason why I always talk about my parents. They always give me the green light. They always support me. Yes, they knew, yes, this is what he can do. He's someone who is vocal, who can talk, someone who has the cognitive part and everything. And yes, they will always support me. They always give me the best. And yes, they found out that this is it, and they want to push me forward. And that is what we expect from some other parents as well out there. Support your child. That thing your child knows how to do best, that is very good, that are good for the society, not only for the family but also for the society at large. Support that child. And as well, to that child, to the followers as well, people following me, yes, you need, this is it's yes, there are challenges, of course. Challenges, ups and downs, and there are the rosy part as well. You of course, you need to be, in everything you do, you have to put God first. That is the most important thing. In anything you do, you want to actualize your talent. Even I myself, I put God first. In everything we do, you have to put God first. And you see him showing you ways, clearing ways for you. You see him making that path for you to see yourself flying high, elevating yourself. Yes, put God first in everything you do, and you see yourself going high. And so that's just the main advice I want to give to my fans, the parents. Support that boy, that girl, that child, that's anybody. Support that person. As far as the person is close to you, support that person. Find out what that person can do and support the person. And as well, to my fans as well, yes, I truly, truly love all of you, because without you guys, I wouldn't have the encouragement, the words of encouragement that flabbergast me as well, and the one that makes me happy, and the words of encouragement as well I've gotten. Yeah, I really, really want to thank my fans as well. And yes, in everything you do, you must put God first. Here's the ultimate. You need to put God first. And yes, continue to be a good law-abiding citizen of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and as well be responsible in whatever you do. Be responsible. And yes, we'll continue to pray things will get better for us.
Amen. Okay, so from life, we're getting a lot of comments. People are saying this guy is good, great job, you're good. And people are really saying, in fact, you blew my mind when you started that commentating. I was like, oh, getting there, man, but what is going on here? Chidi, you are amazing, and I want you to keep doing what you're doing. You know, has there been any form of challenge in your side? Have you ever had any challenge whatsoever? Because I think this is going to be my last question to you. Yes, have you ever had any challenge financially, otherwise? Maybe you want to do this, when you wanted to venture into this, maybe you had limitations, you had reasons why or stuffs were pulling you down or pulling you backward.
And yes, in everything concerning life, there's ups and downs, there's challenges as well. And of course, I experienced some certain challenges, me venturing into these both friends, families,
yes,
society at large. Yes. When you say I'm a sports journalist, I'll be like, "Shey, you say what? You say what?" And those things can play a huge part when you come out and you come out to the public and say I'm a sports journalist, and maybe probably you are going for an event. They'll be like, "Go sit down." It can that downing pathway. You'll be like, seriously, like there are people that might feel that and be like, hey Jesus. And even my friends as well, when I read, they told me this, well, look at you, you're busy talking on radio. I want to know it's talk and all of that. But yes, I'm by the special grace of God, I'm going big. That's the honest truth.
Exactly.
I bet you that you check around. I doubt. I'm not trying to flabbergast myself now, but I doubt if there's someone at this my age that could do this thing I'm doing. Yes, and you check, it's God. Yes, you need to put God first. These challenges, definitely they will come, but words, they'll be like, you are too young to do this, forget about this, just focus on your studies. Yes, focusing on studies is also very important. Focus on your studies. This thing you want to venture into is not gonna work, and this, that. Everything is now, you need to enter science. Yes, it's raining in science, medical, everything medical. Go and join science. Leave all the talk. After talking, they'll give you this and that. These are people. Yes. Of course, people will talk.
Exactly.
That's the thing. Whether you do good, you do bad, you blow their minds, they will still talk.
Exactly.
They will still talk, well, both positive and negative. So it's now up to you. And yes, you need to put God first for you to be able to overcome these challenges. Yeah, definitely there were challenges, because this was not what, in fact, I never dreamt of or thought of finding myself into this place. And suddenly I found myself, and people will be like, hey, this boy, are you sure you're okay? And I'll be like, yes, I'm very much okay. And yes, it's just God who I'll talk to him, and he'll be making ways. Yes, when these challenges, when these obstacles come, you see me getting myself off them and moving into the next step. Yes, definitely that's it. There are challenges as well that I face, but God has been helping me throughout these challenges to scale through these challenges. And yes, it's just been God.
All right, thank you so much, Chidi. It's been an amazing time with you. I seriously don't want to even end this conversation, but then we must end the conversation. I must say thank you very much for finding out time to be with us, and of course for this amazing job you're doing. You're doing an amazing job at your age. You are doing this. That shows that sky is not just a stepping stone, but maybe a machine for you to just climb. But if you continue like this, and of course, shout out to your parents for the massive work they are doing. The fact that your dad will say, okay, I want to lead you to the place, I want to take you to the place, and your father is kind of your number one fan. Or your parents, let's just say your parents, they are your number one fan. The fact that they want to always carry you to this place, they want to tell you, okay, just go in there, you're going to make it and all that. So thank you so much for being here today, and thank you for availing yourself. So what would be your last word before we...
Yeah, my last words before I go to our fans. Yes, keep following GoPa TV as well. Keep following, keep commenting, keep sharing. Yes, this is where you get everything you need to know about. Yes, entertainment, gist, trending one. Yes, this is where to be a place where you just keep your phone, be watching both from YouTube as well. Yes, they are live on YouTube. Go follow them on YouTube, subscribe, like them on Facebook as well. Follow them on all their social medias. Yes, GoPa TV. I'm really, really honored to be here. And yes, thank you so very much once again.
Thank you so much, Judy. God bless you.
Thank you.
For coming.
Thank you.
All right, so we've come to the end of the show, and don't forget that this is still GoPa TV, and of course, hang out with Makky. Today's episode, I think this is our first episode of fourth edition, and wow, it's been an amazing time with Chidi. I love every bit of what just happened here today. Don't forget to follow, don't forget to like, and don't forget to subscribe. And also, we will be returning live with another mind-blowing and amazing topic for you some other time. For now, my name is Makky, M-A-K-K-Y. I'm always here for you. See you again next week. Bye.